Hello, hello, hello. All praise El Shaddai, Elohim, Yahshua, HaMashiach, the Mashiach. Um, welcome to one deity. Um, let's get right into it. Um, Main topic of today and the main theme of today is to stop trusting in these systems and trust the Most High. Stop trusting in these systems and trust the Most High. Stop trusting in these systems and trust the Most High. Stop trusting in these systems and trust the Most High. Well, what do that mean? What are you talking about, Yosef? The systems of Babylon, these oppressive, discriminating systems in this country. Again, what are you talking about, Yosef? Well, I'm talking about something that came across my eyes that I was able to see. The Most High blessed me to be able to see that didn't sit right with my spirit. Didn't sit right with me. And there's a story of one of our elders from our nation, how she was discriminated against and assaulted. That's the word she used. I believe she definitely was discriminated against. But she also claimed she was assaulted by an officer, and from an issue with a banking institution. A bank in Florida called the Mid-Florida Credit Union, credit union branch, a banking system in Florida. This situation or this incident took place in Bartow, Florida, which is in Polk County, Florida. This situation took place there. An elder by the name of Mrs. Linda Steffens. So this Mrs. Linda Steffens and was banking. We're going to make a deposit. And actually, I'm going to put the full story in the description box or underneath this. Again, I'm going to put the full story in the description box or underneath this, so you guys can check out and get it in her words and get all the details. And I'm going to summarize it or paraphrase it, but you can get it all, this whole story from her words and her attorney, civil rights activist Benjamin Crump, who's and they're both giving a press coverage or giving the media the story or expressing what happened. So you can click on that link. It's going to be below, so you can get the full story from her words. But I'm just going to summarize and paraphrase. So Miss Linda Steffens went to go deposit $600 into her bank, into an ATM, I believe, outside her bank or her bank. I don't know if it was her, the outside bank, right? So she went to go deposit, and she deposited $400 bills and 10 $20 bills for a total of $600, right? she went to go deposit it. And um, while depositing, or after she deposited it, I guess she realized that the funds wasn't being added to her account. Now, you know, you go deposit some money, like, you know, many of us have many a times. We want to see that the funds be updated in our account balance, you know, and I guess that didn't happen. Um, believe she was a little concerned at the time, and she, you know, she had a little worried, but she wasn't too worried because she's had a receipt, and she said, you know, if it's a problem, you know, she'll give them a call. I guess she would thought that to herself that, you know, because she had a receipt, should be a problem. So she went home and, you know, checked, and the money wasn't, you know, the money wasn't, you know, uploaded to her account, and or updated in her account yet, you know. So she went home and and checked, and she waited a couple hours and checked again, and the money still wasn't there. So I guess she gave the bank a call and you know, explained what happened or whatever. Again, she had the full story on there, but I believe she gave the bank a call and you know, and explained what was going on with her money. Basically, that she deposited some money and the money wasn't there, and I guess they told her to miss, not to worry, that, you know, they'll run the camera back, something like that, or not to worry that they would just, you know, give it a couple hours and the money would be on her account. So you know what happened. The money wasn't, a couple hours later, the money wasn't in her account. So she called up there again, I believe, and you know, I guess she was told to, you know, come down to the office, come to the bank. She had to fill out a dispute form, or, you know, whatever the case might be, or something like that. And, you know, I believe she told one of the representatives or attendants that, you know, she don't really have a dispute. You know, she just, she just want her money back. Like, can her money just be, you know, can they just add the money to her account, or, you know, refund her the money? You know, that she wasn't really interested in dispute, but they, you know, kind of backed her into, you know, filling out the dispute form and spraying to her that's how things supposed to go. She would have to do that, or, you know what I mean? And, you know, so I believe she went up to the bank and did that, filled out the dispute form and all that, and, you know, and I believe they told her again that, you know, it will only be a couple hours, or, you know, we'll have it, you know, all fixed, or, you know, everything all settled. And then a couple hours went past again, or whatever case might be, and the money still wasn't on her account. Then she talked to somebody again, and they told her, well, you know, she's going to have to wait a couple days, whatever case might be. Then she went up to the bank, and she talked to, you know, one of the representatives there, or a bank teller who was, you know, not shockingly rude, you know, disrespectful to her, which is another one of my points and another one of my, you know, concerns or complaints or issues with our people first, and with people first, and with these people. So these company robots, these employees who work for these companies, who don't have a mind of their own, who have a mind like a robot or a parrot. I like to call them company parrots or company robots, who, you know, don't have a mind of their own, who don't care nothing about you or your funds, or, you know, how long you bank with the company, who you are. They don't care nothing about that, and who would love nothing more but to see you upset, or to cause you any type of, you know, emotional or mental harm, because they get off on that. I also like to call them energy vampires because they like to feed off of your energy, and they feed off of you being upset, or you crying about your money. You know what I mean? One of these company robots that Mrs. Linda Steffens um, um, had a confrontation with is the reason why she was, you know, after not being given her money, she was arrested and assaulted, and taken to jail, and stayed in there for about a day and a half, I believe it was, and stripped naked, the whole routine, um, manhandled, I believe, thrown around, um, and she just couldn't believe that she never been in no trouble before, and and everything of that nature, and this company robot um, is is it's a big part of why everything happened. And then after the fact, they try to cover it up, and this shouldn't happen, and apologize, and everything they try to cover up, or throw a veil over it, but it happened, and it get me to um another point about my people, in which we must know as um as a people, and you know and I want to express to my elders something very important. um I know our elders have been programmed to trust in the system and love Babylon, um and um and everything of that nature, and but it's very important that we do not trust in the system and put trust in the Most High. And and I say this because of, if Mrs. Linda Steffens was more prepared to handle this situation, um, maybe she wouldn't have suffered or went through that trauma or that pain that she went through if she was a little prepared, or better prepared, or had a little more knowledge how to move and operate um, with these people and with these systems. Um, um, we have to, as a people and as people, to stop trusting in these systems. Stop trusting in these banking systems. Um, Stop trusting in all these systems that have put in place. Um, you know, um, and put your trust in the Most High, because what our elders, I believe, fail to realize is that, number one, first and foremost, these systems are falling. Systems are falling because America is falling. Um, America is under judgment. If you don't know now, you know. Country is under judgment, first and foremost. Um, Number two, um, the system, um, the discriminatory system, is not going to change. It hasn't changed. It's not going to change. It's never going to change. So if you have knowledge of this and know that the systems are not going to change, you will go about stuff a little different. Now, how could a Mrs. Linda Stevens, and before I even talk about what she could have done, how about this? Let me say this first. Let me just pray for Miss Linda Stevens, and pray that um, she feel better about her situation she went through. Um, I pray the Most High healed her from her situation, trauma that she experienced from this bank, from this evil company-minded individual, and from this racist country. I pray that she is healed and that she recovered from any trauma that she experienced from this institution, from this bank. That's first and foremost. And I send out all my love and prayer and support for Mrs. Linda Steffens and her husband, who is a Vietnam veteran. I saw him in the video also. He was there supporting her, and felt like he, suffered some trauma or felt some type of way because, he fought for this country too, at one point, and he felt like his wife shouldn't have been treated like that. I'm here to keep it all the way 100 with you, and to tell you the truth, and to tell my elders the truth that yes, indeed, you will be treated like this in this country. So please stop putting your faith in this country and put your faith in the Most High. But again, I know as a people, we have been, and most of our elders have been indoctrinated and programmed to trust in this system. And that's why we must reprogram our minds to not trust in the system. But I know most of our elders have been programmed to trust in the system. And also, most of our elders have been programmed to pray for the oppressors. And I know scripture says we are supposed to pray for our enemies. Yahshua did say in Matthew chapter 5, verse 43, love your enemies and pray for those who prosecute you. Okay? So I believe we should pray for them. Not in public though. Not in public like it was done. I don't think we should pray for them in public. I think they should be prayed for. In all reality, they're the ones that suffer from the hate, from the jealousy, from the envy of melanated people, and not only that, spiritually they suffer, and the need to feed off anybody else's pain or sorrow. So they should be prayed for, but we shouldn't do it in public. You can pray for them behind closed doors. They should get prayed for. They're the ones who suffer from these sickness called hate. They are suffering from that, so they should get prayed for. But let's pray for them behind closed doors. And think about ways we can approach that differently. How we as people can approach things differently when we know what to expect. We know not to expect nothing good from the system. She been discriminated against, nothing new. Told she couldn't get her money, nothing new. Thrown in jail, nothing new. Assaulted, nothing new. This is Babylon. This is what's going to happen here. So what could we do better as a people, as a nation in this situation? Or how we could have used that energy better. And another thing, she said after, being told she wasn't gonna get her money and stuff like that, she went on there with another type of attitude. Attitude like most of our elders or our mother would have, but we've been taught to say or taught to act when we not getting, our funds, or, getting treated right, or not giving what is ours. And she went in there basically saying that, I'm not going nowhere, I'm not leaving without my money. And I understand that we as people want to fight for, what is right, and she was on the right side. She was right. And I understand we want to fight for what's right at times and most times, but we got to start approaching the situation a little differently. Matter of fact, a lot differently. We got to approach it differently. And, she could have used that energy to pray. Use the energy to pray. Pray to the Most High to help her with that situation. And she could have probably avoided a traumatic situation. So she could have used the energy to pray for herself first, and then pray for the enemies. Pray for herself first, and then pray for the enemies. And what I mean by that, you could have went to the Most High and said, well, this situation is happening. I pray for my own banking system. I pray for my own banking system. I pray for the banking system, owned by us, or I pray for a new monetary system, a whole new currency system altogether, that is guided and guided and directed by the Most High. Or should we even be having a banking system? You know what I mean? So, we should have been praying for her, and there's ways you can, use all the energy that you had to go towards them. We could have used that energy for, prayer or action. You know what I mean? She could have still, took action into getting her money back. You didn't have to go in there with the attitude knowing that that's what they want out of you, Mrs. Linda Stevens or Stephens, my lovely elder. That's what they want out of you. They want that negative energy, because they feed off of that, and it makes them happy. In a sick way, it makes them happy. So you give them exactly what they want when you go in there and you say that, and you give them what they want, and you're giving them the opportunity to call a racist and evil police officer to come and do more racist and evil things to you. And we got to be smarter than that, and move a little more more slicker than that. We got to move a little better than that. So elders, please stop trusting in the system and trusting the Most High. Please stop trusting in the system and trusting the Most High. Please stop trusting in the system and trusting the Most High. Okay? Again, if we are approached with these situations as a people, we need to know and understand how to move. And we should pray for these people. We should pray that the Most High sees out the situation and shows us which way to go about it first. I'm not telling you not to speak up for yourself or do anything like that, but understand what you're going against. You're going against an enemy who would love to see you you react negativity and to get a reaction from you, so they can react the way they want to react. So we gotta move differently. I just want to state that that's how we should move. Okay, and to state my last point, which I believe I said it already, but I want to just say it again. We must pray for us first, and then pray for them. And what I mean by pray for them, pray for them. Pray for them, because they're the ones that are suffering. You know what I mean? But we should pray for them privately and not publicly. You don't have to pray for them publicly. Pray for them privately. But pray for them, because they're the ones who need the prayers. They're the ones who are actually sick. And stop crying out to the oppressor. Why are you crying out to the oppressor? No, you cry to the Most High. and He will avenge you, because vengeance is for God. Vengeance belongs to the Most High. Vengeance belongs to Him. So when you cry out to the right person, things will happen. He has the power to fix that situation, and He could have avoided that trauma that you experienced. So, cry out to the right people, and please, as a people, as a nation, stop crying to the oppressor. It's no curses on us anymore. We just gotta get our stuff together and be aligned with the Most High. So crying out to them is not. You keep crying out to the person who wants you to cry. Does that make any sense? Don't cry out to the person that wants you to cry. Cry to the Most High, and when you pray for them. And again, the main point: stop putting our trust in these systems. These systems are falling, but trust in the Most High. He will answer all your questions, answer all your prayers. So that's it for the day. And I just want to send out love, positive energy, and good vibes to everybody. Love each other and love yourself. Love yourself first and love each other. All praise El Shaddai, Elohim, Yahshua, HaMashiach. With that being said, I'm out of here.